Good day, fellow boaters, and welcome to a very short episode of Boat Technics. Technically, this is not the sort of shower you would find on a boat, usually. However, I do know there are boats out there with a electrical shower installed. Usually those boats are kind of more towards a lodge or something like a permanent dwelling on the waterways. Obviously most narrow boats, canal boats, tend to have a water pump that runs the shower via a mixer tap. Obviously electric showers, very rare on a boat, but nonetheless there are a few boats out there that do have electric showers. So I thought I'd probably speak to this problem directly and see how we get on. So what we've got going on here is water is absolutely flying out the bottom of the shower, which is a massive no-no. But obviously a lot of people would condemn the shower, get rid of it because clearly something inside has failed, which is causing the water to empty its guts everywhere but out of the header itself. I'm going to show you a little trick because a lot of people, like I say, would dispose of their shower now, go and spend out £100+ on a brand new shower unit, but there's a little tip and a trick I'm going to show you right now. So if we undo our casing on this particular model, 2 screws at the top, 1 at the bottom holding in there, that will then release the cover itself. Now obviously before you do anything like this, make sure you turn or isolate the electrical power going into this device. If you don't and it's still on, you could blow yourself to the moon. However, if we zoom in now, can you see this little device there? That is a pressure device. Now inside there, the older models have got a little ball bearing in, and then when this obviously increases pressure and gets beyond its working capability, ball bearing used to fly out of there, and this little pipe you can see here looks like it's going in to an integral part of the unit, but in fact it is just a vent pipe. And as you can see, there's a bit of water still in there from when it started doing what it was doing. So we're going to take our little bit of pipe off. There we go. So if we focus in on our little device there, as you can see, there's a little rubber cap on the end of that, and that is actually the replacement to the older style ball bearings. So all we're going to do is undo these screws here. He says we're going to undo these 2 little screws. This is going to pop off, and we're going to insert our new little device in its place just there, and then we're going to see how it operates.
So I'm going to just show this just so everybody kind of gets an idea. You might be able to see from the light hitting there, it looks like there's a crack on there. So you're probably thinking, why am I holding a pair of tweezers? And I was thought, well, you know, while I'm in the bathroom, I might just pluck my eyebrows, get ready for the weekend. So I'm going to use these as a demonstration to show you that this has actually perished. There you go, look. So that's actually popped, allowing the water to come out. So we're going to throw that away. Goodbye. And then we're going to grab our new one, which you could technically take that off and put it on the old plastic pipe, but being as the two have come together, I'm going to keep them together because they're married, and if I separate them they'll be very upset. Who's going to look after the kids? And then that is going to go back on. We've put our little device back on, put our little tube back onto the hole going out the back down there, you can see. So obviously if this were to happen again, obviously the water's going to hit the wall behind and just disappear. Now please don't do what I'm about to do, and I'm going to turn it on without the case on because I'm a lunatic. So if you're going to do this, don't do what I do. I'm going to pull my cord back on. You can see the power lights turned on, and now that is the ignition. So we're going to push him on. We've got our water coming out of the head. Oh look, no water dribbling from down the back. Problem solved. Turn him off again. Now that's just cost me £9. Believe it or not, I got it from Amazon. So I think that is a little bit better than £140 for a whole new shower. Yeah. So there we go, we're all back together. Casing's all back on the front, screws are back in, top and bottom. Little hint and tip for you, if you're ever going to do this and you haven't got a plug in your bath, put something over your bath plug or your drain plug, whatever you want to call it, the hole that all the water goes down. Because if you're not as skilled like many people out there, then you might lose one of the screws down your plug hole. I didn't do that, that didn't happen. Anyway, there we go. Power's back on. Let's push our button once again to test it.
Beautiful. No water coming out the back. That is a solid effort. Well done me.